Hello everyone, my name is Oliver and this is the first video in a series taking a look at all the things I want to see for the new jobs and the returning jobs for Endwalker. I figured I'd go ahead and start with my main from this expansion, Black Mage. It's been a very good job. It has a lot of things going for it. It performed very well this expansion, being at the higher end of damage throughout all the raid tiers. It's a very all damage no support sort of job, which really just makes you focus on your own improvement, and that's something I like about it. It also has a unique play style in comparison to the other jobs. It's one of the few that really wants to stand in place. It basically has infinite resources and is actually fairly modular, putting things wherever it needs them to be. But that doesn't mean there's things that I don't like about the job. Namely, the first thing being that skills just become useless as you level up. Things like Blizzard 2, Fire 2, Blizzard 1, you can take them off your bar at level 80. The second thing is also that leveling is pretty boring. The job really doesn't come together till level 60, and for me that's a bit too long when every time I run leveling roulette it's Satasha. So, keep those things in mind as we go forward. The first skill I want to see removed is Transpose. It really is teaching Black Mages bad habits for when they get Fire 3 and Blizzard 3 later, when they're always clipping this skill, and once again, those two skills make this one obsolete. It'd be easier to just change skills to accommodate taking away this button than keeping it. The second skill is Blizzard 2. Its only real purpose is to sync up your MP ticker, and that's it. I'm sure it has a use for leveling, but I'd rather just see freeze unlocked earlier and have this skill put in the bin. The last skill I'd like to see removed is Scathe, because this skill will never be cast if you're any good at any level. And also, if you somehow sharpcast this on accident, I feel sorry for you. It would be better just to have this skill off the bar, or maybe it's here to show you not to use. I don't know why this skill is here. Just get rid of it, please. And that's all I really have removed, though. I'm going to change a bunch of skills, but those were so bad to not even warrant keeping, so let's move on. The first skills I'd like to see changed are Fire 1 and Blizzard 1. These skills, instead of ending Astral Fire and Umbral Ice, simply switch you to the other one, just like how Transpose would have worked. But then this, it actually teaches you how the Black Mage for when you unlock Fire 3 and Blizzard 3 later, and also teaches you to not clip things, which I greatly enjoy. The second skill I'd like to see change is Fire 2. I'd like it to give you 3 stacks of Astral Fire, to sort of work like an AoE Fire 3. But you could also just upgrade this to Flare and upgrade Aspect Mastery to work with Flare, like it does with all the other skills. That would be pretty cool. Third change I like to see is actually the 2 skills, being Flare and Despair. Their NP cost is listed as all, but that's not actually true, because you actually need at least 800 NP to cast them. This should be changed to where if I have 1 MP it works, or put somewhere on the tooltip that you need a minimum of 800, because that's just being rude when you cast a Thunder spell with 800 NP and suddenly can't despair. I really dislike that, and if it's said somewhere I don't mind so much, but it isn't, and that's what really grinds my gears. The next 3 skills, Enochian, Blizzard 4, and Fire 4, just need to be unlocked sooner, preferably replacing those 3 skills I just got rid of in the pre-50 rotation. That would really make Black Mage, interesting at the lower levels. You can even upgrade Blizzard 1 to Blizzard 4, because once you unlock the 3rd tier of Umbral Ice, you're only going to be casting that spell once anyways. So you can even save another button there. The last change skill I'd like to see is Umbral Soul, which will switch you back to Umbral Ice if used while in Astral Fire. This is to accommodate your Transpose no longer being there. And those are all the changes to the skills I have, or, well, should be made before you level up at least. I'd like to throw my hat in the ring for possible new skills. The first thing I'd like to see is another Thunder spell, preferably one that goes off your Thundercloud proc. It's not exactly long enough to use, and your dot might still be ticking when it runs out. So I'd like just a giant, massive hit Thunder spell that I can use instead of resetting the dot early. The second skill I'd like to see upgraded is Sharp Gas. I'd be kind of interested to see if this worked more like improvisation from Dancer and just gave you a fire proc and a thunder proc. I think it'd really allow for some different optimization and interesting usage. Along with this ability, I'd like to see the Fire Starter proc, which is when you cast Fire 1, go from 40% to 100% chance of casting Fire 3. This is because I also want to upgrade Umbral Hearts to, instead of casting or reducing the cost of fire spells, to completely nulling it. I just think it'd be more interesting, or possibly fun, and make Blizzard 4 more worth casting. And I've given the Black Mage a bit more mobility with all these upgrades, with more procs and thunder spells going off. I think having them to have to stand still to cast more fire spells is a good way to sort of balance that out. And another way to balance that off is with the final upgrade I want to see, which is a Mana Font upgrade. Currently it's only enough to cast Fire 4 and Despair, along with a possible Thunder. I'd really like to see it just completely refill the MP bar, but I'd settle for 3 Fire 4s, Despair, and Thunder. That would make this extremely long cooldown skill feel pretty great. And that's it. I really like Black Mage. It is my main after all, and I'm excited to see what they have cooking for it in the next expansion. Feel free to leave your comments down below and subscribe if you want to see the next video. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye.